Hello everyone, good afternoon and welcome to today's market color recap session. I see a couple of us already online. Good afternoon and it's good to have you here. So we did a detailed analysis this morning on certain asset classes we're looking out for and certain levels we had marked out on the chart as well. Our focuses were on commodity currencies, which include AUD USD, NZD USD, and USD CAD. And also we looked at indices, US 30 and NAS 100, right? So you can see that our charts are still very much active. The levels we marked out are still on the chart. So we're just going to do a recap and see where the market currently is. Okay, so hi everyone. Oluwafemi, Ode, Obafemi, Mike, Karim, and to our YouTube community. Once again, welcome on board. All right, so we can now proceed. I'm going to start from AUD on the H4 time frame. On the H4 time frame, we had marked out or looked at certain things we expected to happen. We said price had been doing a lot of ranging like movements, but to the upside. We saw sunshine printed, expected retracement, which already happened. I'm going to zoom in so you see the candlesticks clearer. So we expected this retracement to happen. We took advantage of the retracement, and price is now buying off of a point of interest from the H1 time frame specifically, which is right here, right? So after seeing this, we went ahead to go on the M5 time frame. That's 5 minutes. And we marked out certain level points, wanted to see what price does, right, at those zones. And you can see them still active. Yesterday's high, yesterday's low, day before yesterday's high, and day before yesterday's low. And we're looking at price doing one of two things. We wanted to see if price was going to buy from where it was, buy back, find resistance, and continue selling, or break above, give a retest to the upside. And from what we see, price was not, it had not done this movement as at this morning's analysis, but now price has bought from where we predicted, and it has violated what could have served as a resistance, which is the day before yesterday's high. So now that we've seen that it has violated this zone and it's giving us a kind of break and retest look, we know that it's going to buy a bit more, and the next resistance in its way is going to be here. Remember, price is already buying off our H1 point of interest, right? And it has now done this violated M5 POI. We want to see it come and break above this zone. If ADUS is able to break above this zone, then we know that, or we can say it's, oh, it would be safe to say rather that the ADUSD buy move has resumed. And if not, and it finds resistance here, then we know what's happening. We could be seeing a sell or a sell continuation back into our next point of interest on the 1 hour time frame. These different horizontal lines are, or rather vertical lines, are what we've drawn on the H1 time frame. Horizontal lines, I stand corrected. So 0.65026, 0.64713, and 0.64339 are the levels we're looking out for, and they stand the same. Nothing has really changed. My bias has not changed still. On the NZD asset class, just go ahead, start from the H1 time frame. Price sold into our first point of interest and it has continued to buy. And the same thing we saw on AU, it's looking like price has validated what could have served as a resistance. This is the day before yesterday's high. If we go on M5 time frame. So price is now doing this. It's already trading off a 1 hour point of interest. Is the buy resumption of NU in play? Very likely. The only thing that will be an hindrance or it'll stand in its way is the next resistance level. So if price is able to break above this zone, we know what is going to happen. NZUSD will just continue buying, but if it finds resistance at this zone, then we could be seeing a continuation, a sell continuation into the next 1 hour point of interest, which is 0.59965. Finally, for USD CAD, starting from H4 as well, we expected the retracement. Price has traded into our first point of interest. On the 1 hour time frame, you see clearly, and you can see how our markup is very, very precise. After price bought into our first point of interest, this markup was done this morning where I said I was looking at USD CAD giving a sell-off. Do you see how very, very precise that was? Traded into exactly where I did the markup and it is selling, right? So my bias has not changed. It is doing exactly what we predicted. But now that price has traded into this trend, use our indicator trend, which is the red Keltner channel you see here, we now want to see if price will still sell into the support level, but it is very likely we don't see a continuation down here. But I'm still watching. So yes, my analysis still stands the same. Nothing much has changed. You can always catch up on replays on our YouTube channel for sessions that you missed out on. It's Value Flow Trading on YouTube and every other social media platform. Without taking too much more of our time, Demola is going to come and wrap up the session with a recap on indices so we see what price has done on those asset classes as well. Thank you once again for joining. Cheers. God bless. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back shortly.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second session of the Market Color. I'll be looking at the US market very quickly. And of course, by that, I mean S&P 500, US 30, it is Dow Jones, and also NASDAQ, which some people know as US Tech, others know it as US 100, some know it as NAS 100, depending on what your broker calls them, right? All right. So let's go straight into the chat. I believe you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen, please. Do confirm for me if you can see my screen. Okay, waiting for a comment. All right, yes. Oluwafemi, thank you. All right, so we stated very clearly earlier this morning. I won't be taking much of our time because I believe what we are planning or what we are anticipating to see is beginning to pan out in the market. Right, we stated very clearly that we are very, very much bullish in this market and we are looking for buys in this market. However, we want to wait until CPI comes out tomorrow, right? Marked out certain levels which we were seeing buys. We are seeing like good numbers of buy in the market, and which is this, and good levels even below here, right? And we stated clearly that as it stands now, the market, we're expecting that price is going to react up from this level, right? Price is going to react off from this level. And the reaction is such that today, because we expect a type of range in the market, we won't see much of intraday play. Instead, markets will range through today and then into tomorrow after CPI, we'll see a type of this zone for it to continue movement to the upside, right? So this is what I've been saying and this is what I anticipated or I'm anticipating for today. And that's why I said earlier in the morning that I'm not going to look for intraday trades today, right? I'll be keeping my hands off anything intraday trade, just doing my thing, watching how the market is going to play out, right? I have other setups that I'm looking at currently, which are not this. So for the sake of clarity, unlike what we had last week that we were able to catch some intraday move, I'm just going to stay off this market for now, then allow CPI to complete stay too. All right, that being said, so on US 100, we said that we are very, very much bullish on the daily time frame, as you can see on the daily time frame, as you can see. Also, we stated clearly that on US 100, it's what is happening is quite significant. If for any reason the negotiation with between China and US goes south, we would see like a sell-off from this zone. It's already looking like a box pattern already, right? Sweep and then break to the downside, and then a fair value gap here, which market is still currently in that zone. However, I'm not looking forward to selling this market. I want to believe strongly that the negotiation will be successful or we have a very positive outcome from that meeting. And if that remains so, then we'll see a clear of this liquidity. We'll see price busting and creating new highs in the market, right? So our bias remains very the same for US 100, which is the NASDAQ. And the 1 hour time frame also, we have some areas marked out, which is this here. which I believe price should begin to play around in this zone, right? Around this zone, probably into tomorrow, tap into this, and then also start pushing to the upside. All right, guys, these are the two major things we are looking out for on today's market color. Not to keep repeating myself. For those that missed session in the morning, you can just go to our YouTube channel and then go to the live session, right? And then you see the replay of the first uh, session we had this morning. That's for the London session, and you can get every information there, both on the first analysis that was done and even my own part. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining this afternoon. Karim, Dimeji, Mike, Aride, Obafemi. I think I saw Obafemi this morning, and all day. I don't know if I got that pronunciation correctly. My apologies if I mispronounced that. Okay, Olaleye, good afternoon to you, and Oluwafemi. Thank you so much for joining the session. Tomorrow we go again with the analysis starting by 8:30 in the morning. Tomorrow will be quite unique because we'll be looking at dollar index and all its related assets. I mean the Euro USD and GBP USD, everything related to the dollar. And also JPY baskets, looking at pair like GJ and EJ, and also USD JPY, and also precious metal, gold, silver, and all of those precious metal. All right, thank you so much for joining today. Until next time, we'll meet tomorrow again, same time, 8:30 for London session and also 2 p.m. for New York session. Cheers and God bless, guys. Thank you so much for joining.